Biafran restoration. I believe. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship. As a Chukukike Abiyama, let your kingdom come. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship. As a Chukukike Abiyama, let your kingdom come. Good morning to everybody, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you're domiciled in the world. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. My name is Mazi Iyke. We're back again this morning to say glory and honor be to Chukwu Okike Abiyama. We pray to God, the Father, the creator of the universe, our leader. We say thank you, Lord, for another day. We are broadcasting live from New York City under the auspices of our mother station, Radio Biafra London. Our leader's name is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. We're going to call upon him at this time to lead us in prayer. So let us all bow our heads, call upon Chukwu Okike Abiyama to lead us in prayer. Let us pray.
Without whom we cannot function, and unto him we give every honor and every adoration. Wherever you are, I will ask you, if you are in the spirit, to remain so. If you are outside the spirit, we ask you to come into it, because what we are preaching from here is a gospel of redemption, as directed by Chukwu Okike Abiyama himself in heaven. And this very gospel, we must preach it. Therefore, we must pray. We give thanks unto thee, O Elohim, for there is none like thee. There can never be any like thee. You are the beginning and the end. You are the Alpha and the Omega. Our lives are in the palm of your hands. We commit all that we are unto thee. We have come as the ancients did before us, as our ancestors did before we came, to offer praise and adoration unto your holy name and no other. For we do not worship any idol. We do not worship anything born of a human being. We do not worship anything carved out of a tree. We do not bow down before anything molded with the hands of men. It's only thee that we worship. That is why we have come this very evening on this hallowed platform that you yourself created, to offer you unadulterated praise and to hand over to thee all that we can ever become, because Biafra is yours. This very family of IPOB, you molded yourself. You decreed that IPOB must come, and now that we have come, that we may worship thee, O Elohim, please accept our offering of praise and sacrifice unto your holy name, because there is no other like thee. We will continue to adore thee. We will continue to worship thee. And as I said before, and I will reiterate, as we pray unto thee, that Biafra is your possession, we will sacrifice Biafra unto thee, that you may guide us in all that we do. It's only you that sees the hearts of men. If there is anything that we are hiding, if there is anything that we have concealed from our people, oh Elohim, you will judge us very harshly. But if our hands are clean, our hearts very pure, you will bless IPOB, and you will bless me, and you will bless my family, because it's a promise from you. All our hope and our trust is upon thee. May your name be glorified. May you be exalted. May you, O Elohim, be praised. Now and forevermore we pray. Ise, Ise, You see?
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening to this is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
We are not like other people, because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood, but they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. Ipob is very special, exceptionally special, the largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. And we did it because Chukwokika Biama is with us. We did it because Chukwokika Biama created Ipob himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want.
Oh yes, this is Radio Biafra. One more time, Messier. Good morning to each and every one of you out there. A beautiful day. All right, today on this program, today is the day for the Australians. They're coming in half on the hour. In about 15 minutes, they'll be here. And then they'll tell us their story, tell us what they're going to do. But meanwhile, let's stay together. This is Radio Biafra one more time, reminding you that we are here with you this morning. Happy, elated, and many of us. So much story to be told, but we have to wait for the Australians to come in and do their thing before we can proceed. But they'll be here in the next 15 minutes, so stay tuned, don't go away.
Ndị okwu asị ka ha bụ ha niile ma ume ahụ ma okezi ikpeazụ ma nne ya nwa odo okwu asị ka ọ bụ nke a ndị ji asị na-eri nri ịgbara ndị Fulani odibo nchi iwu osote onye isi n'obodo Nigeria ọ mgbe m nọ n'ụlọ ikoni ka m ga-etinye ha n'aka akwụkwọ si ha agaghị m emezi Biafra ọzọ unu bịa ka mgbara unu odibo ka ndị ọzọ si agbara ha odibo ha rịọrọ m njụ nsị na aga m ahapụ nwere onwe a na-azọ kwee n'ihi ndị ya niile maka ọdịmma nke ha nwa na nke ụmụ ha ma nke ụmụ ha ga-abịa n'ihi na agwara m ha okwu m si ha oge mgbe Zik a na-agwa Zik mgbe ọ na-eji ike na-akọwara Zik si ya na ebe ị na-aga n'ụzọ adịghị ya ọ na-efe isi kpakakpaka mba ọwụwa Naijiria ka anyị gaa n'ihu lekwa ọnọdụ anyị n'ụbọchị nke taa na-akọwakwara ndị ya sị ha ihe a Zik mere mgbe mbụ tinye anyị na ụmụ anyị nọ n'ime ya n'ụbọchị nke taa ọkwa ihe unu na-eme kedu ụzọ nwanne Nnamdi Kanu si na-eme ya na-emeju ya unu kọwara m ka m ghọta na m sị ma unu arụghị ogbe nke abụọ gafere River Niger na unu ga-arụ okporo ụzọ unu ga-emezi ebe niile ebe ụmụaka na-agụ akwụkwọ ọ ga-emezi emezi ọma mma ụlọ ọgwụ a ga-arụzi ya arụzi a ga-enwe ọkụ mmiri ga na-agba ọ ga-adịrị onye ihu na mma dịrị onye azụ na mma kedu ụzọ m si mejọ ndị dị etu a asị m na ụzọ m si na-eme ya na ọ dịghị mma njọ ha sị ya mbụ ngwa agha onye m gbara egbe onye m gburu mma onye m gbara ụta akwa sọsọ ozi ọma Chineke si mgbasa n'igwe okwu ka m na-agbasa kezie ka o si metụta unu ọ bụ gịnị mere unu a na-asị ka akpọta Nnamdi Kanu ka egbuo ya ọha na eze na ndị gọvanọ ọkwa na gịnị mere ndị herdsmen na-egbusi ndị mmadụ n'ugwu Awụsa ndị gọvanọ ha n'ugwu Awụsa kpọbe ka abịa gbusie ha inu anunugo na onwe onye na-achị ugwu Awụsa gọvanọ pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị herdsmen unu anunugo na onwe onye Yoruba pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị OPC ọgwụ na sọsọ ndị Igbo n'ihi na unu na-agba leka kunu ga-agbara ndị Fulani odibo onye pụta sị ka agbara Fulani odibo onye nsị na mụ abụọ Nnamdi Kanu aga m agbara Fulani odibo ha nwere ha kwesịrị gbara mụ odibo ihe na-esere mụ na ha gaa n'ugwu Awụsa ndị ha na-akpọrọ isi n'ala na-ajụ ha unu na ebe a Nnamdi Kanu ọpụtakwa n'ụbọchị one unu hapịa ọ na-akpagharị ebe niile ego na-enyekwa ya ọzọ onye ahụ otiri mkpu bịa ọ ga na BBC Igbo na-akọrọ ha aka m esokwa ya aka gị ọkwa ọgwụ ogonwa wee onye isi nche na steeti gị ị ga-agwa m na onwe ka ndị agha obodo ekwensu bụ zu Naijiria ga-esi malite na-akpa mkpamkpa n'obodo gị ị maghị ihe gbasara ya ngwongwo niile esibe mburu akwa ebe ka ezi ikpeazụ ka ebugara na gọọmenti house na Ezinna m ha na-ekiri na-amụ ohe were ụmụnne ha na-eresi ndị Fulani chee na ndị Fulani ga-ahụ ha n'anya wee na-ajụ na-asị gị na-emere ọha na eze n'ụbọchị nketa akwa ofu Jibril a ha na-agbara odibo ha na-achụrụ efi akwa ofu Jibril a bịara ugbu a bịa tisa ọha na eze tiwa ya ụzọ abụọ ịhụnanya ya
Nnamdi Kanu
From 7th April 2022,
the selling and eating of nama, also known as cow meat,
is forbidden in Biafra land. Be warned.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to
This is
Radio Biafra.
Radio Biafra.
We are not like other people, because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood, but they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special, exceptionally special, the largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. And we did it because Chukwuokike Abiama is with us. We did it because Chukwuokike Abiama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want. We are not like other people. Because
All right, welcome one more time to live broadcast from New York City. Like I promised you, in the next couple of minutes, the Australians will come in and take the podium for today to address us and tell us their story. So you stay tuned, don't go away. Still wanting to remind you that it's very important to bear in mind that from the 7th of April, that's the last day we're going to eat nama in this state. Nama is prohibited, it's forbidden. You don't sell it, you don't eat it, you don't bring it to our land. We don't need it. It's totally banned, and just give it a shot and you see our reaction. We are very serious about it. We have announced it over and over and over, and we have given it enough time for you to sink. We have given you enough time to find out what you're going to do. If that is your trade, if that is what you feel like doing in life, that is your job, it's okay. There's no problem with that, but you got to look for another kind of meat to sell, not nama. We don't want nama.
Today we rise for our freedom, for our freedom. St. Patrick's Day celebration, Biafrans will be free. St. Patrick's Day celebration, Biafrans will be free.
Oh yes, another St. Patrick's Day celebration is here again. The Biafran community in Ireland, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, hereby invites all Biafrans, friends of Biafra, and lovers of freedom in Ireland and around the world as we join the Irish people worldwide to celebrate the yearly St. Patrick's Day parade in County Waterford, Ireland. Date Thursday, 17th of March 2022. Time 12 noon. Venue Waterford City Center. IPOB Dublin Zone Gathering Point. Red Cow Tram Station. Off Junction 9 M50/N7 exit. Gathering time 8 a.m. prompt. Departure time 9 a.m. on dot. Host IPOB Waterford. For more information, please call IPOB Island National PRO Mazi Charles Ibebugu 087-74-633-04. Waterford Coordinator Mazi Daniel Chukwu 089-962-9126. Mazi Isaiah Oba, the Deputy European Representative 089-26-489-31. Mazi Charles Mba, IPOB Island National Coordinator 085-143-4454. Mazi CJ Duru, IPOB Dublin Coordinator 089-959-1330. IPOB Cork Coordinator Mazi Peter Ewuzie Ezudo 085-284-2767. IPOB Dundalk Coordinator Mazi Chinedudu 087-275-6267. Mazi Basil Dike, IPOB Galway Coordinator 085-210-9907. IPOB Limerick Coordinator Mazi Benjamin Anyanwu 089-249-0835. IPOB Kerry Coordinator Mazi Ugochukwu KK Iheme 089-955-8999. Come one, come all, let's keep Biafra alive. Signed, Mazi Stephen Chukwuemeka, IPOB Island National Secretary 085-868-3440. All hail Biafra. Biafra we hail.
All right, that's St. Patrick's Day that's coming up. I hope you're getting ready because we are ready to ramble on the 17th of March. It used to be a very great celebration when I was in high school, St. Patrick's. All right, now I think they are here. The Australians are here, so let us take their call and put them through. All right, are you guys ready? Hello?
Let's keep Biafra alive.
All right, turn down your listening device, please. These are Australians, right? Are you guys ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay, the line is up to you, sir. Go ahead. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening from here. Good evening, Biafrans and friends of Biafra. My name is Mazi Iyke. I reside here in Australia. This evening, I have a few of my colleagues. We want to talk to our people just like we always do all the time. And before I commence, I always like to call upon the name of Chukwu Kabema because this radio Biafra belongs to him. It's his mouthpiece. We must give him praises, regardless of our circumstances. It doesn't matter what we are passing through. We will always give glory to Chukwu Kabema. I will speak in the language of the ancient. Eze Chukwu Kabema, anyị ekene gị n'ụbọchị nke tata, anyị aja gị mma. Anyị ekene gị n'isi odibo gị bụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. And ụmụ gị ndị ọzọ niile nọ n'aka ndị iro ha ji eji ọdịghị ihe ha mere. Ezi onye nwe m ozi onye ebere. Anyị wee na-ekwu okwu n'ụbọchị nke tata na Radio Biafra. Anyị wee na-ekene gị ihe ọma niile nke ị mere n'ime ndụ anyị wee dewe anyị ndụ wee rute n'ụbọchị nke tata. Ọbọkwa na atụmahụ IPOB nke idebelụ ndụ. Ndị iro niile wee gbachaa mbọ ka ha kwatuo Radio Biafra Radio Biafra IPOB ka ha kwatuo ha ka okwu ọnụ ka ọ ghara ịbịazi na mmezu nwa bụ okwu ọnụ ga-ebu ihe a na-eme isi otu isi kwu na mbụ ka ọ ga-adịgide wee ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Ezi onye nwe m anyị wee na-ayọ gị n'ụbọchị nke tata nekwanụ ndị iro na-agba anyị mgbe okpuru anyị na-asị gị wepụrụ anyị ha ya ndị ọbụla aka ha so were emegide ihe anyị na-eme ma ndị na-atụ asị ma ndị na-aghọ aghụghọ ma ndị na-emegide ụmụnne ha n'ihe anyị na-eme anyị na-asị gị ezi onye nwe nna Chineke kpochapụrụ anyị wepụrụ anyị chafu from ọka ekwa n'aka niile dị involve ewee jide onye ndu anyị ma ndị mmanụ achị ịgbachi nkịtị ka egbufuo onye ndu anyị anyị na-asị ka ihe ike so ha ma obodo ọhụrụ na-enyelu ndị zuu aka ka ihe na-eme na zuu na-eme n'obodo ahụ n'ihi na iso na ụmụ gị ga-enwe mmeri na anyị anata Biafra ego ofufe n'ime mmụọ na eziokwu anyị wee na-ayọgo bịa duwe anyị ndị ọrụ na-ebutere anyị ọgba aghara eze Chukwu Kabema mee ha niile ihe i mere Fero otu a ka anyị si yọ nwee ntụkwasị obi N'ịga-aza anyị ekpere n'ụbọchị nke tata. I wee na-asị ise. Biafrans, what I have to say this evening is I have a few things to say. One of them is the situation where we find ourselves in. Last week we talked about those our people, our so-called chief security officer of the state, organizing a militia, burning our people's home, innocent people's home. They did nothing. All they did is they just want a referendum to be free, just like any other human being that is free. Free is our right. But they just say, dare you to mention that word. You want to be free. You want Biafra. For that reason, they are just killing, burning their homes. Some are very, very poor. Their home is all they have. But these governors order their militia to kill and burn and root their home for just no reason. We must continue to lament this and hold them accountable of all the atrocity they have committed in our land. It's not a crime for one to say, ask for self-determination. Nigeria, that's is a signatory to self-determination, UN Charter for self-determination. The same thing with the African Union, they are signatory to that. What we are asking is simple. And mind you, we fought a war in the 1967 to 1970. And it's still within our right to ask for freedom, independent. And when we do so, the United Nations know, all the Western power knew. But because of the bribery of the zoo oil going to them, free oil, they keep mute. They're stumbling upon our human rights. Human rights abuse is nothing. It becomes none. They turn a blind eyes. And the innocent people are suffering every day. We have cried, we have written, we have wept, nothing. All fall in a deaf ear. No mainstream media talks and they don't give thoughts about us. We do not even exist. They are doing to us as they like. We have screamed, even to African Union, they don't give a toss. Nobody cares. All they care is so long they are getting that free gas and oil from our land, crude oil from our land. They don't care. Instead, they equipped the ginger weed from Sahel to come and kill off the indigenous. Because when they kill off the indigenous, they claim the land and then the land will belongs to them. Now they can do as they like. They have no attached to the land. All they have is just to come and pollute and take, kill, rape, and take whatever they see in the land. And the West keep quiet. Big hypocrisy. We fought in 67. We shouldn't even raise and fire any arm. If it is in Europe, they would have given them independence so many years ago. Britain asked for referendum from Europe and they got it. Scotland asked for referendum. They got it. They didn't fire a shot. Is it because our skin is dark? I guess that's the reason. Nothing else. But we have one thing they do not have. And that is Chukwuka. That's the only thing that we have. And that is why the Biafra is dedicated to him. because that land belongs to him. As our leader said, if they do not allow us to go, Somalia will be better than that country called Zoological Republic of Nigeria. The time is now for the children of Chukwuokabema to go back and worship our Creator. If anybody, any nation, try to stop the going of Biafra, then they will see what Chukwuokabema will do to them. As our leader said, always said, Biafra will be the last miracle. And this brings me to the extraordinary rendition of our leader. Mazi Kanu did nothing wrong. He only speaks on the radio. And things will be happening. And they tried to silence him. What pains me mostly is those that want to silence him are his own people, in cooperation with the Fulanis, the ruling class. Mazi Nnamdi come to redeem the people of Biafra, the people of God. Mazi Nnamdi came to take the people of Chukwuokabema back to Chukwuokabema. But these people, his own people, sworn that he will never succeed. They sworn that they will kill him off instead of him to succeed. But they're all going to fail. If we look at the statistics, let's look at it again. The Fulanis, the ruling class, those that are non-Biafrans, that insist that Biafra will not go, over their dead body, Biafra will not come. They have all died. All of them bar none. This is to tell them that it doesn't matter who you go and connive to stop the coming of Biafra. Those people will die. But do you see you that is the Biafran, that is part of them, conspiracy with the enemy to hold down the children of God and to stop, to try to prevent the word of Chukwuokabema not to come to pass. Your punishment will come later on, once it's finished dealing with the ruling class. Today we call them Pharaoh, equivalent to Pharaoh, that refuse to adhere to instruction to allow the children of God to go. He will destroy them. And at the end, those that are left will be beggars. Our leader said they will be begging us to take Biafra and go and leave them alone. By then, all these intellectuals, all these elites that are selling off, sold us to the enemy, they will start to receive their own punishment. It's not far away. We must continue to do everything to make sure our leader is released. The man did nothing wrong. All the other countries, all the people, all the countries that in the Western world are campaigning for self-determination, their leader is nowhere in the jail. The man that campaigned for British to come out of European Union, I can't remember his name. He was a member of the Parliament, European Parliament, and he was there campaigning. British didn't jail him. Scottish first lady, their first prime minister or whatever they answer, the same thing. He campaigned for the self-determination for the Scottish people. Why will our own be different? This is the question we have to ask ourselves. And that brings me to what goes around comes around. Our leader said it. Go and serve the Fulani people and you will come back home in shame. Devil Mahi. Did our leader didn't say this to all of you? You said that 2023 Igbo presidency, all of you from Ahaneze to all the Tuleshua, to all these political prostitutes, because that's what all of you are. Has it done on you people? Devil Mahi, you nearly wiped out all the youths in Ebony State because you want the ticket of you want to get the ticket of presidential ticket for APC for 2023. Where are you now, Devil Mahi? Our leader said to Abakari, you will leave Southeast in shame. What is happening to Abakari today? Hopeless Uzodema. Your own will be worst. Atrocity you committed, the innocent people you killed, you will pay dear. In your next life, you will continue. Because there is something we forgot. You thought that when you do all these things, you just go, you die, and then you come back and start afresh. Nope. The evil you committed, you call your next life, because we have life after life. You come back and reincarnate. You continue from that perpetual suffering. So, Biafrans, it's our duty to make sure we restore Biafra. It doesn't matter what it takes. If you say you do not care, if Biafra do not come, your next life you will come back in the same place. You will be more miserable than what you are today. Because you refuse to do what is right. You refuse to join your own people to gain your own freedom. Instead, you love the material things that means nothing. That you will die and go. It's better for us to restore, have our legacy, have where we call home, have where we will go back whenever we want to, rather than to be a slave for peanut that is falling out of the crumb from the master's table. And that chicken that lays the golden egg is coming from our land. It makes no sense. 2023, as a leader, you people want to be Igbo, President 2020. Who told you you will ever be? Are you people doesn't have any common sense? The masses have spoken. What we want is Biafra. Conduct a referendum. Those of you that want to interested in zoo politics, you are free to remain in Nigeria. It's not by force. You must join Biafra. And I will stop here to give to pave room for my colleagues, for them to be able to speak for us this evening. Mazi Iyke, I'm handing you over microphone. So if you can conduct, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mazi, for my well spoken. That's a powerful introduction speech. Thank you, Mazi Peters, for having us tonight, and welcome all my colleagues from here, from Australia, becoming you now tonight, Wednesday, and as we always do, we come with our thoughts to share with you. We know that what we're doing is what our people call bunu bunu, ibuanye danda. The Biafra struggle we're coordinating, we're conducting is something everyone has a role to play. But it is nevertheless something that requires constant coordination. So you do not just do what you want. You work, you operate within an existing standard, an existing system laid down for our freedom to be achieved. And tonight, as Mazi has opened the floor with a powerful challenge thrown to our people to get serious. to get into this, not just queuing in, but to get involved, take the quest for our freedom seriously. That is obviously that's where we're operating from tonight. I will be encouraging all of us listening to us, all Biafrans all over the world, whether you're part of IPOB or not, to be involved in the cause of our freedom. It is not something just for our leader. It's not our leader's business, personal business. It's not his family's personal business either. It is not a personal enterprise. We are coordinating generational welfare, self-determination for our generations to come, for our race, for our people. We want to be free from Nigeria. And as Mazi Iyke rightly highlighted, it's not a crime. It's not an international crime. It's no crime anywhere. Self-determination is fundamental human right. It is embedded in the concept of person. Person is a free being. Person is a free agent, and only actions and conducts of a free agent, only actions made within the framework of freedom that can be called human action. And that's why human actions do have consequences. One can be jailed for their actions. One can be praised also for their actions, because these actions we are coordinated with full knowledge, full consciousness, and total express or exercise of freedom, personal freedom. The self-determination we are working towards getting is a right. It's about our fundamental collective right of our people. It's also about pulling up our dignity as a people. It is about living fully human. Because look at our condition back home. Some of us are barely living. They're barely existing. We do no longer want to exist in a country where our existence is negotiable. If you do not agree with us, we state your houses are blessed. If you do not sing our songs, we kill you. If you ask questions, we shut you down, we jail you. If you rise wanting to be free, wanting to develop your place, we shut you down. And if you talk, we permanently shut you down. All those intimidation, all those harassment, violations, consistent, excessive violation of human rights are what we want to put to rest forever. And so tonight I'm starting to thank all Biafrans, all IPOB members. I should stress that those of you especially who have remained consistent ever since our leader was arrested this time, you've remained strong, you've remained steadfast, you've remained consistent in the foundation that our leader has laid down for us. I want to thank you because of your steadfastness, even in the period of storm, you remained calm. Some of you question things thoroughly, but at the end of the day, you were able to understand that it is very important that we remain under a leadership. It's very important you also perceived, you understood very clearly that our leader is still leading this struggle, is still the engineer of IPOB activity. And so, respecting our leader, you've also remained within the standard, within the structure, under the leadership that our leader set for us, the DOS and the coordinators, national coordinators, continental coordinators, the zonal coordinators, all IPOB all over the world who had remained faithful. I want to thank you and honor you for your fidelity, for your faithfulness, for your loyalty. That is the key. That is the key. And for those of you who we are not so strong and we are so easy to be swear away by those that champion alternative concepts, alternative ideology that are in conflict with what we're doing, those the enemy has sent or the enemy got hold of them in the process just to destroy us, to destroy the work of our leader, Mazi Iyke, to destroy now a decade worth of work of IPOB. You know yourself, you know you failed. Some of you have made a U-turn. Others are still weighing their position. Others are too shameful, too ashamed, too embarrassed to come back and apologize to the family. I want to say to you, you make the choice. You decide. When you know the truth, you follow the truth. But we have a leadership. Next time, you do what you were required to do, called quasi-militant. That means we operate under command and control. Things may not be as clear as you expect them. Nonetheless, you obey. Obey before complain. Because once you obey, the consequences are no longer on you. At the end of the day, our leader will ask you, why didn't you obey? And then wait for me to come out. The more you start, once you start disobeying, doing your own thing, everybody start doing their own thing, you are perpetuating the suffering, the trauma, and if you like, the struggle of our leader. The plight of our leader is being perpetuated by your resistance and by your clear insubordination. That is why I'm calling all of us IPOB today. If you stay in the camp of your enemy, run away from that. You must come out of that and you go back, rediscover the truth, the foundation of which you were brought up, you were formed. Stay where the DOS is. Stay where our leader is. Let everybody get back to business. And if for those of us who are not member of IPOB, but you are a Biafran nonetheless, do something for our struggle. Take the struggle as your personal enterprise. Involve yourself in the struggle as if you're going to gain something out of it. Something personal. Obviously, you're going to be free at the end of the day. Because those of you that no matter how big boy you are in Nigeria, you are nobody. If you're under Fulanese, you're a slave. And the slave Adaka Nayuku. Therefore, do something to liberate yourself. Do something to contribute to the liberation of your people. That you are wealthy and you may not be feeling the full impact of enslavement of our people in that zoo does not justify your long silence. Nothing can justify that. Anything can happen and then you suddenly realize that actually you are a slave. I think the founder of the owner of APs can tell you this now. That one idiot in the north of Zoo that call himself whatever leader he is, I don't care. Somebody of Kanu state would want APs to come and apologize for his flight, for him to have missed his flight, to have missed a peace flight. So I would like the owner of the APIS is ordering the owner of APIS to come and apologize. People read this. People who are now in Nigeria that are not used to all this stupidity, they look at this and say, this is madness. Not even Queen Elizabeth would do this to any British airlines. Because we are no longer in that age. We are kinship and the royalties are seen as final divine authority and judgment. You cannot do that in a democratic state. But yes, they do it in Nigeria, and they've been doing it, and they've been getting away with it. And so this time they're trying everything possible. I won't be surprised if eventually APC goes to apologize. But that's the shame you find yourself in. That's the dehumanization. That's the level of dehumanization we're talking about. You want to be a president of Nigeria, you go and beg the no. You want to have a company, you go and beg whoever at the top. We do not want this. This call tonight, I'm calling you, putting this call across to you from Australia, and I'm asking you, take the bold step. Ndi Bobu Dike. Biafran people, we are great people. Our ancestors were great warriors. Let the spirit of our ancestors repossess you. Because it clearly doesn't possess you now. But let it repossess you. Allow yourself to become instrument to the liberation of our people, not to the perpetuation of our enslavement. And repeat, let yourself be used as instrument to liberate our people, and not to worsen our condition of enslavement within the so-called one Nigeria. With that, I invite my brothers to come in. I would like to invite Mazi Silas Mondeke to please take the microphone and speak. Mazi, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, my brother. I thank all of us here present. I thank the moderator and our Shonic rep, and I certainly thank all Biafrans around the world. As we continue to pray and respect our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we also extend that prayer on the leadership structure of IPOB, and that is DOS and the rest of the command structure. Thank you very much. And we collectively admire our leader as a good educator, a good leader, and the most fearless Igbo man for setting up IPOB and letting us work under this structure. This is the best thing that has ever happened to the Biafrans. And in my analysis of the security structure of the Biafran people, or in Nigeria as a whole, IPOB and ESN has been the first indigenous security structure that we've ever had that is collectively looking after us as a whole, as a nation. So I commend everyone in this struggle for being part of it or making it happen. Now, as we continue and working under the directives and structure left by our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and in line with what my colleagues have said earlier, I urge all men and women of Biafran descent to take the challenge, the existential challenge that we are facing very seriously. It has been said that those who want peace, I will repeat, those who want peace should prepare better than those who want war if they want to have peace, if they don't want to be challenged. When you think about it, if you don't want anyone to come and challenge you and put their hands in your eyes, you need to prepare much stronger than they are. So your readiness will be a deterrent to them. This is the challenge. If we want to maintain our communities, our units that make up the Biafra region, then we need to take things seriously. What is the challenge? If you go down to the one region of this current jungle called Nigeria, you will see that most amenities are up, and the absence of those amenities are deliberate. If you look at the world, the Biafrans consist most of the diaspora outside. They have been aided out by the policies. The policies kept a glass ceiling for Biafra, a glass ceiling lower than that of any other Nigeria. That is why we have to look around. That is why we struggle and secure the Biafra for our. Now that the issue of Biafra consciousness again, and what it means is, if we are able to secure and build a nation we call Biafra, it will be a heaven for us. It will be a place where we run to and will not be perturbed or killed by a marauding Fulani that nowhere. We will not be asked to generate our own electricity. We will not be asked not to go the way we want it. You know, the federal roads in the southeast are not built up. They know what to do, but do it. It is costing us business. It's costing us life. It is uncomfortable, and we want a state that is responsible. This is why we are agitating. And the agitation will not stop if, for instance, now they break River Niger, and then we want self-determination to do it by ourselves. We will do it by ourselves, do it better than anyone. So in the entire southeast, our leader have always said the people that are mostly known for business around the world, the second traveled people in the world, we don't have our own function international airport. This is one of the reasons why people in their eyes are actually saying there is a hidden intention to keep these people down. And that is what they have. If you allow us to have Port Harcourt, the Port Calabar, from where the Europeans, about 500 years ago, took us as slaves. Why are those ports? If those ports are open, most of our people will live in the southeast, our natural home, our ancestral home. That is where we live and breed best. So this is one of why we have to. I'm calling on our young men and women to take the challenge of self-determination very seriously. And if you look at men around the world, who would, after 2 years, believe that there will be war? You know, we have to look after ourselves. We need to, carve out our area and live there and build it for ourselves. Nature endowed with all those natural resources. It is more than enough to keep us in our area, and we thrive unhindered in that area. So as long as they continue to incarcerate our leader Mazi Nnamdi, it will not be well for them. The truth would be out. And we hope and we pray that men of will should come to our aid. We hope that the British Americans, those that claim to be human rights protectionists, should look at the case of Biafra. It is a peculiar, it is an interesting case. Look at our case. These foreigners, Biafra, to dig and collect, but directly and pay the Fulanese. You get the resources from the southeast. You go and pay the middle. Form alliance with the southeast. Form alliance with the Ipob, and reshape our relationship. It won't be. The Biafrans are the most people in the world, and I guess that is our weak point as well. Anyway, continue by urging our men, recapping our men to be more conscious, more interested in what is happening. The enemies are down in our area, burning houses, kidnapping and killing men and women in a way to bring us down, in a way to dampen our spirit, in furtherance of their subjugation of the Biafrans. But those sounds should be what would people's eyes to see what is actually happening. They are not interested in stopping to be. When they wipe our house, people will be homeless. Homeless can do a lot of things, including death and actual migration away from an area. And when an area occupied, then it becomes a place where the Fulani go and settle. This is what they are. It is not just to our young men and women, but to our elites who have, for a long time now, adopted different positions. It will not all go well. The chips are, they won't know who is it or who is not. This ill wind blows no one any good. So I urge all hands to be and work with IPOB so that we can secure our place, determine how we live, and build a nation on. I'll hand over the mic to my brother Kenneth, and thank you all. Thank you very much.
There were. Thank you, Maz. Thank you, Maz Salas. Well spoken. Well spoken. Well delivered. And I will just invite Uche Chukwukasim to please speak the microphone and speak to Biafrans all over the world. Continue with the continuation where Maz has out. As you chair, you there? I think Mazi Iyke might be having trouble connecting. Can I invite Mazi Iyke to please the microphone?
Thank you so much for inviting me.
First of all, I want to thank Biafrans all over the world and thank the Ipob leadership, DOS, our oceanic rep. I appreciate the effort you make. And all Biafrans playing a very pivotal part to ensure that we continue to push for the freedom and liberation of our people. Wherever you are, you know yourself and the part you're playing. And I thank Chukwokika Abiyama for keeping us alive till today to witness history unfolding everywhere. A whole lot of things are happening, both the ones we can see and the ones we cannot see. We have friends all over the world staying true to the status quo, staying resilient even in these trying times, continuing to be good students of our great leader Mazi Iyke. Good graduates exemplifies it in their actions and the practice to showcase what they learned from the University of Radio Biafra, where our great leader Mazi Iyke had taught us and emboldened us and they wisened us up, opened our eyes to understand, even our minds, to understand that that which is going on in the zoo. A lot that people take for granted that actually changes the course of things for them in their lives, impacts their lives directly without them paying so much heed to it. I thank Chukwokika Abiyama for keeping myself and those who are alive today to be part of this struggle, to continue to play a little part to ensure that we liberate the great land of Biafra from stagnation, from blindness of the mind, from myopism, and most importantly, from enslavement. I will not fail to appreciate the effort of ESN, our formidable security outfit set up by our indefatigable leader, Mazi Iyke, to continue to protect our land from the onslaught of our enemies, the invasion of people who do not understand what hard work is, but only understand one language: steal, kill, maim, destroy. They have continued to showcase that we can rely on them for security. They've continued to show true patriotism to Biafra. I pray that Chukwokika will continue to protect you guys, our defense line, continue to guide us, continue to help us, those who are contributing in so many ways to ensure across the globe, all Biafrans playing a part, contributing to ensure that our defense line continues to stay strong. Chukwokika Abiyama will continue to protect and bless your families for making this sacrifice to be part of ESN. I believe you all will continue to be protected. And I pray for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is our today's Jonah in the belly of fish, who is Daniel in the den of lion, who in the end emerged victorious. I know the mantle of victory is being prepared when he emerges again, because surely he will. Chukwu Okike had destined him to lead us to the promised land. And I urge our Biafrans to never tire in their prayers, never slumber, because our leader will continue to be our leader and lead us to the destination that we so much yearn for, which is the promised Biafra restoration. The world is crying today and bleeding because Russia attacked Ukraine. 14 days of war. And the whole world, every aspect, facet of life in the whole world is affected because they are considered humans. Today, we can see the biasness of people who preach to us about humanity. We can see the injustices being meted on people who are not considered humans. Because it's happening in Europe. The whole world is on notice and alert. The whole world is at an alert and on notice. Everybody is talking about it. Their own blood is white and green. Ours is red. And the blood that should be respected and should be considered human doesn't have red color. It has only white color. Biafran war was fought for 3 good years and millions of people died. And after that, the things that led to the war still have not been addressed till date. And we are still being massacred. And the world does not behave. They don't even flinch as if people are being killed because it's happening to Biafrans. I could still remember Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saying in one of his so many, not even one of his broadcasts, that the enemies we are fighting is much bigger than we can imagine. That we are fighting the world, not just the zoo leadership, rulership, not even leaders. They're not leaders. I don't want to make a mistake of calling them leaders. They have got no leader in the zoo called Nigeria in that contraption. Our great leader made mention of this. We are fighting the whole world. We aren't fighting just the zoo. So, Biafrans, if you know what is good for us, we should not waver in our stand about this, our freedom that we seek. Do not be deceived by those who want to use Biafra as a name, the most sellable brand in the world, to lure people and deceive them. And derail you who have been on the right track for a long time through IPOB. If you get deceived by these people who are flooding the social media, speaking from 2 sides of their mouths, sorry for you. that I urge diligent and loyal Biafrans to continue to stay true, stay put in this project, this leadership that structure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu set up, handed over to DOS. I continue to urge you to stay put, because there is so much favor and blessing that follows it. Your loyalty continue to beget something good for you and your household, even throughout your generations. Again, burning innocent people's homes in our lands by those who should be protecting them, who should be making sure that their livelihood is regulated well, that they have all that they require to stay alive. Instead, they nip their lives, cut it short, because of one pride or ego, or to serve their Fulani masters at the expense of the lives of your own people. Oh, the doom that will befall you. The doom that will befall you. One is happening in Ebony State now. One is happening, and that's just the beginning. That is just the beginning. Whether it continues or whether they calls it back, I do not care. But one thing I know is those who came by the sword will definitely reap the same sword as a reward. Bear in mind that this Biafra struggle, a lot have given their lives and bloods have been spilled. It's left for you to reason. It is left for you to reason and understand that blood shouldn't be toyed around with. And we all took oaths. Remember the weight of the oath you took. So when you call that to mind, it should help you to straighten up. Hopeless also, Demba, your own day of reckoning is soon, is just around the corner. Every day I come to this noble platform where Biafrans worshipped, where we preach the good news, where we spill and disseminate the truth, I always call your name because of the evil and atrocities you are committing in Biafra land and against our people. Chukwokike will never spare you. Count how many kids you have. And remember, the same way you meted evil on other people's children, the reward will come in multiple folds with full force against you and your own household. Because ihe onye jitoro mmadụ ka a ga-ejitoro ya. Ọ ihe ndị mgbe ochie kwuru, ndị mgbe ochie ahụ ka anyị na-eso. Maka na ha kwụ n'eziokwu tupu ewetara anyị ihe a kpọrọ civilization, which misled a lot. And a whole lot stood their ground and defended what was right and what they believed in, which is truth. Because that was when truth started shaking. When they brought us what they called civilization. They took what we had and gave so many of us what they wanted us to keep, so that we will forget who we are. Stand on the truth. It is better to enjoy afterlife, being a hero, than to stay alive. They say, most times they say that sometimes it is even good to be a dead lion. We should all continue to pray for our leader, amiable and indefatigable leader. Chukwokike will continue to protect, guide, strengthen, and keep him. His incarceration will bring us blessings because he has blessed us all through his preaching. A lot go to their worship places, those who go to places of worship, and they obey and sing the praises of their so-called priests. And we had our own, the one that preached the good news on the 3rd. He preached that good news of freedom to us, and a lot of us are keeping mute. A lot are not doing anything much. Even a little prayer offered can do wonders. I urge Biafrans never to stop praying for our leader. There is power in prayer. I believe in it. Continue to pray. Now, those who onukurunjo gekuma Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. Na ndị na-akpagbu anyị ga-emecha bụrụ ha ga-eburu okwu anyị na-akpagharị. It is happening today. And more will happen. Onye Cindy, the leader of terrorists, they called bandits. Sheikh Gumi is now crying out they should give them their Biafra to go. Why is he crying out now? We should have done it long time. A whole lot of them have come out to speak now. Give them so that they will go. Time will come when they will be begging, like one of our brothers said here. Time shall come when they will be begging us to take it. I urge Biafrans all over the world to continue to stay strong. There will be light at the end of the tunnel. Nobody should be swayed. Stand strong and stay steadfast and true to what you believe in. That's what nobility is all about. You stay strong, believe in this course. This course will take us to the promised land. The little input you put in plays a huge part, but you don't know. Don't let anybody deceive you. Our land will continue to be a blessed land. It doesn't matter how much defilation they bring. Our land will continue to be blessed. And good things will continue to emerge from Biafra land. It's a shame to them that they continue to send their so-called security to our place, their military to our place, and they all die there, like our leader said. It is a shame. Chukwokike will continue to bless us. All Biafrans all over the world, I thank you all, and I pray that wherever you are, doing that little part, that Chukwokike Abiyama will bless you and your family. Our DOS, Chukwokike will continue to strengthen you all for staying true to this course. And that brings me to the conclusion of my own submission. Mazi Iyke, I hand you over the microphone. Thank you, all Biafrans and friends of Biafrans.
Thank you very much, Mazi Iyke. Well spoken. Thank you for your beautiful and inspiring contribution tonight. I would like to invite Mazi Uche Chukwukasima to take the microphone. Mazi Uche, are you ready?
Dalo, thank you very much. Thanks, Onyisi, for this opportunity. I greet everyone listening. Thank you for being ardent listeners to Radio Biafra, where we speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Because we have a leader that made us to understand that truth is the key. It doesn't matter what situation you find yourself. Truth is the key. It liberates. It might look like it's the hard way to go, but it liberates you and gives you freedom. Thank you very much. Standing on existing protocols, I just want to say to everyone who is a Biafran and a member of IPOB, thank you very much for weathering the storm and being here with us today. Thank you for understanding your commitment to the struggle of Biafra. Thank you for knowing that the idea of Biafra transcends humanity. It transcends your generation. It's for the future. It goes beyond what your eyes can see. That is why our leader has made many pronouncements. And in the Igbo parlance, he says, for what we are doing is spiritual. The spiritual controls the physical. And that is the idea of Biafra. It is restoration of mankind back to the original state. When God created man, he said, this is good. But when we look around today in our world, it is hard for us to say, this is good. The idea of Biafra is about restoration of man to the original state that God made man before the fall. So if you're in this struggle and you've been in this struggle, obeying the control, obeying the voice of the leader, obeying the silent voice that speaks within our hearts. Most of you guys will be wondering, why are these guys still persevering, even in adversity? It is because the silent voice of our leader, the silent ideologies that's been inculcated in us over the years still speaks to us. The ideas that we've learned over the years are still very much alive in us, and they are the driving force that's bringing us to where we are today, and is the vehicle that will bring us to our destination. These ideologies that we've cherished, that we've come to meditate on, reflect on, and is now working in us. These ideologies are the things that we hope on, that they are going to bring us to the land of Biafra, the land of freedom. Most of us, I hear, if I have time to go on social media, I hear people saying, oh, this is IPOB, that's IPOB, this is not IPOB, this is this, this is that. We know who is with us. We know who are IPOB members. In every IPOB unit, the unit knows the members of that unit. And also the leadership in that unit knows the people that are coming there to either get information or what we call the OES member. The people that are just there because they think it's trendy. because they think it gives them clout or whatever to be IPOB member. IPOB goes beyond the idea of talking. It is in the concept of knowing and doing, in the concept of action. Being an IPOB member is not about what you say, it's about what you do. That is being an IPOB member. I can give you an example of people who are saying things on air, on social media. They've said 200,000 things on social media, but you ask them, what have you done? Have you paid your fees? Have you paid your dues? Have you gone on rallies for IPOB? Have you talked to someone about IPOB? Have you contributed to IPOB? They've not done any of that, but they've talked a million words. So IPOB is not about talking, it's about what you do. It's about what you do. So I'm saying this so that you, the true IPOB member, I don't want you to be disheartened when you see people who you think are IPOB members derailing. They are not IPOB members. Help yourself by knowing that many are called, but few were chosen. When the children of Israel went out of Egypt, the good book recorded that it was a mixed multitude. So many people heard the news of how Pharaoh's children were killed, of how frogs came from everywhere, of how the waters of rivers of Nile turned to blood, of the rods of Moses and Aaron, of turning into snakes and doing all of that. And they wanted the show. They came around to jump the bandwagon and follow them. They heard about the darkness that was in the whole of Egypt, but in Goshen there was light. They came to see this. Were they Israelites? No, they were not Israelites. Were they moving out of Egypt with the Israelis? Yes, they were. That's exactly the same thing that is happening today. IPOB is the selling point. A very popular musician of Igbo extraction, in one of his songs, he says, Emelenu Emelana, IPOB Kanazona Mall. It's selling point. If you don't talk about IPOB, if you don't talk about MNK, if you don't talk about Biafra, if you don't talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, your social media handle, your influencer, whatever, you wouldn't get up to 10 people listening to you. So these people are there for their selfish interests. They are what we call in IPOB career agitators, career freedom fighters. They are not part of us. They are there for the show. And most of them will tell you, oh, we want to listen to our leader. I say to them, you want to listen to Jesus. Tell Jesus to come back and start talking to you, because he has finished his job. The last month before the extraordinary rendition of our leader, he prayed on IPOB platform, and he said, Father, unto your hands we commit our spirit. Many of us are gonna die. many of us will be no more, but their sacrifices would not be in vain. And then he concluded by saying, I'm not telling you this. In the case of Jesus, he said, I'm not telling you this so that your heart will be worried. But my leader, Mazi Iyke, said, I am going to lead this army on the ground. And what is happening today? He is leading the army of Biafra on ground. He is there in person fighting for this struggle. And you are out there listening to charlatans, to people of weak-minded individuals, to fools, to buffoons. And you come out tomorrow to say you are IPOB member. No, you are not. I want to read a portion for us because to me, I've read the Bible, I've heard people talk about the Bible, but I've not had the experience of seeing the Bible playing out before my very eyes. And IPOB and the Biafran struggle today is giving me a life experience of seeing the things that were prophesied in the Bible happening in my time, in my generation. The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 19 says, I'll read it. It says, they went out from us, but they did not belong to us. For if they had belonged to us, they would have remained with us. But their departure made it clear that none of them belonged to us. This is exactly what's happening today. People who's been shouting, oh, Biafra, oh, I am number one man, oh, we are here for Biafra restoration, we are here for this and that. And tomorrow, they are telling you things that you don't even hear a Fulani say. Why? Because it is time for exposure. It is time to bring out those who are not part of us. It is time to make it known. And when our leader says what we are doing is spiritual, many of them do not understand it. Africans say, who the gods want to kill, he first of all make mad. So now is the time they are running mad before their extermination. So don't be worried about people you see that you thought they belonged with us in this struggle. No, pick up your arm, pick up your words, and move ahead. We are in a battle, and we are not stopping. And the good news is that we are winning on all fronts. The Biafran struggle, the struggle of Mazi Iyke, is precipitating victory for us in all areas. listen to your structure. I don't understand how you would want an outsider to tell you the father of the name of your father. You are the one to tell the outsider the name of your father. But then a stranger is telling you, oh, this is what should be done. This is your father's name. This is that. And you are believing, meaning that you are nobody. Another thing I want to bring to us is the idea of house nigger. The worst part about being a house nigger is that you don't realize that you are as much a slave as the slave that's in the field. And that's the portion of all of the eflefus, the intellectuals in the zoo of Igbo extraction, though. The house niggers, they are the main fools in this struggle. Because you think you walk the corridors of power. Because you think you've got some appellation to your name. You begin to dine with the enemy, to subjugate your people. You begin to be a tool in the hands of the enemy to perpetrate evil, to commit heinous crime against your kind. Your case will be worse because our ancestors will reject you. Like my leader, my rep said before, we think reincarnation is a joke. But most of these people, they will reincarnate as goats. They will reincarnate as cockroaches because they are not qualified to be a human being. Because they've been given the trial to life and they've failed nature. It is the greatest failure for you to fail nature. Even the Bible says that when there is no religion, people still know what is good and what is evil. Because what? The Creator has given each and every one of them a conscience for direction. And then you live as a human being without a conscience. You failed nature. So in the afterlife, nature will punish you. So while they are in the afterlife suffering, their posterity, their kids, will start reaping the karma of the evil they've done to people. Because every person would get their just desert. You cannot trample on the rights of people. You cannot kill people. Innocent human beings of your kind. and then go scot-free. And when we pray to Chukwu Okike Abiyama, they think we are fools. The day of reckoning is coming. Next month, as directed by the leadership of IPOB, we are entering another chapter in this struggle. And you know what? The social media, the people that want followers, the people that are after super chat, the individuals and fools that are online 24/7 talking rubbish, they are waiting to get news. And we promise them they will get news. We will give them something to talk about again, because they are out of ideas. Now they are quarreling. Now they are lost. But next month, as we go into the next level of this struggle, they will have something else to help their business. Dear fellow Biafrans and my esteemed family members, IPOB family members, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, in Chukwu Okike Abiyama, Chukwu pụrụ ime ihe niile. Believe also in the message that has been delivered to you by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Believe also that the freedom of every man is an inalienable right. It cannot be taken. It cannot be made foreign. That's what it means. Your freedom cannot be made foreign. Like some of us look for visa, like you are praying and asking for visa and going to church and killing yourself, selling your father's properties and lands for a visa, because it's not your right. Freedom is your right. Freedom cannot be taken away from you. It cannot be hidden. You cannot be begging for your freedom. It is our right to define ourselves, to say this is who we are. It is only my father that can give me a name. A stranger cannot come into my father's land, into my father's house, and point at me and say, today, your name is no longer Uchechukwu Kachasemma. Your name is now Caleb. It is an aberration. It's an anomaly. It is my right to stand and say, this is who I am. I be no Caleb. This is the call that has been given to you. And until you stand up to say this, the stranger in your father's land, the stranger in your house, the stranger that you are dining with will keep manipulating you. Why? Because he knows you are a fool, a big fool. Our leader would say, they cannot show you your family. They cannot show you your friends. They only tell you about your family, your extended families. Why? Because that person has a deeper knowledge than you. Your friends, you make your friends yourself. Please rise up, wake up, reflect on yourself, and bring yourself to freedom. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you for this opportunity. And may God bless Biafra. He say.
Thank you. Same as Uche. Thank you for your wonderful contribution. And I would like to thank all my colleagues here tonight, Mazi Iyke, and all of us who have made contribution tonight, Mazi Silas as well, and obviously our Continental Rep Mazi Ofoma. We've made contribution to tonight's show, and I believe our people listening to us all over from the world would have been able to pick one or two things there to strengthen them, to encourage them, and to keep this struggle moving forward. And I would like to thank Mazi for having us tonight. And Mazi, to you, I pass the mic. Let's say to all Biafrans, good night from here.
Thank you so much for today's presentation. Can you log off over there, because I'm still hearing some cracking noise on the phone. All right, let us see if I can switch off. All right, thank you very much one more time. I say thank you for being with us today. Next week we'll be back again. We can see that our time is fast spent. We don't have time to go into any interactive session for today because the times have been taken off. But it doesn't really matter. Biafrans, we still have to tell you the need to be actually sure of what you're doing, to be resolute, remain focused. Don't let anybody distract you from what's going on. We hear distractions coming left, right, and center, but you know something? We don't let that things disturb us, because we are here to actualize our nation, and that's what we are going to do, regardless of what they think, regardless of how they do it. We are going to achieve in the end. Still reminding you about March 17th, St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is very, very important.
Today we rise for our freedom, yeah. St. Patrick's Day celebration, yeah. Biafrans, yeah. We'll be free, yeah. St. Patrick's Day celebration, yeah. Biafrans, yeah. We'll be free, yeah.
Oh yes, another St. Patrick's Day celebration is here again. The Biafran community in Ireland, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, hereby invites all Biafrans, friends of Biafra, and lovers of freedom in Ireland and around the world as we join the Irish people worldwide to celebrate the yearly St. Patrick's Day Parade in County Waterford, Ireland. Date Thursday, 17th of March 2022. Time 12 noon. Venue Waterford City Center. IPOB Doubling Zone Gathering Point. Red Cow Tram Station. Off Junction 9 M50/N7 exit. Gathering time 8 a.m. prompt. Departure time 9 a.m. on dot. Host IPOB Waterford. For more information, please call IPOB Island National PRO Mazi Charles Ibebugu 087-74-633-04. Waterford Coordinator Mazi Daniel Chukwu 089-962-9126. Mazi Isaiah Oba, the Deputy European Representative 089-26-489-31. Mazi Charles Umba, IPOB IPOB Island National Coordinator 085-143-4454. Mazi CJ Duru, IPOB Dublin Coordinator 089-959-1330. IPOB Cork Coordinator Mazi Peter Ewuzie Ezudo 085-284-2767. IPOB Dundalk Coordinator Mazi Chinedudu 087-275-6267. Mazi Basil Dike IPOB Galway Coordinator 085-210-9907. IPOB Limerick Coordinator Mazi Benjamin Anyanwu 089-249-0835. IPOB Kerry Coordinator Mazi Ugochukwu KK Iheme 089-955-8999. Come one, come all. Let's keep Biafra alive. Signed, Mazi Stephen Chukwuemeka, IPOB Island National Secretary 085-868-3440. All hail Biafra. Biafra we hail. From 7th April 2022,
the selling and eating of nama, also known as cow meat,
is forbidden in Biafra land. Be warned.
All right, we've come to the end of today's program. Shut down all the phone lines. We cannot take any call today because the time is up. Just want to remind you one more time that Biafra, for us, is our religion. And Radio Biafra, that's what we worship. If you want to get the truth, come to Radio Biafra. Listen to Radio Biafra. Our old people are clamoring and killing themselves and knocking themselves on the ground because they think they can drown Radio Biafra. You cannot. That's the foundation. Only see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu got the inspiration from Chukwukika, and no human being can change it. You can struggle. All you are doing is you're wasting your time and energy. We are here to actualize Biafra, and that's what we're going to do. Our leader told us before the extraordinary rendition, I remember his last broadcast. I'm still searching that broadcast to get it out here. When he ordered us to pray the psalm, he told us that we were going to die, but there's nothing we can do about it. Many of us will die, but in the end, Biafra will come. And he didn't just say go out there and die. He said, I am going to be in the front. I am going to be the leader. I'm going to be the leader that I am. I'm going to be in front to lead you to salvation, to lead you to the land. So that's where we are today. Don't be distracted by whatever is happening anywhere in the world, because we are here to take our Biafra and we're going to get it. Whatever you see happening anywhere in the world today, don't take it as something that is extraordinary. No. It is still the process. Before you fry plantain, you let the oil get warm, you put it in